as a war correspondent in such a risky situation for yourself?
Pray, because it doesn't matter how much training you've got or experience, it's still very dangerous, and some of it's just luck. Good tactics as well. For instance, when the shooting and the firefights start, I see a lot of people hugging against the walls. That's a mistake. You should stay away from the walls.
Stay away from the walls.
Right, because if you hug the wall, if a bullet hits the wall, it'll travel down the wall. So you have a much higher chance of
what should you do?
Just stay at least an arm's distance away
from the wall.
Right. So don't hug the walls. I keep telling people don't hug the walls, stay away from the walls, that sort of thing.
What else is your advice to war reporters? Because a lot of Thai reporters are not used to covering this sort of thing. The last time in 1992, the so-called blackmail riot, it only lasted about 2 days.
Right.
And you didn't need a big, a helmet or a bulletproof vest or anything. This time, for the first time.
I would always advise wear your helmet, of course. And the helmets that I've seen the nation people wearing are good helmets. They're the same helmets. I just saw one in your newsroom. It's the same helmet that our soldiers wear. And I know quite a few people who have been shot in the head in Iraq and Afghanistan, and the bullets do not go through those helmets. So they will stop. You're going to be knocked out probably. You're going to get knocked flat, but you'll probably be okay. Wear your vest. And
you wear your vest?
I left it in Afghanistan, so I can't take my own advice. I didn't expect to come to this. And also carry medical kit. One thing that can be helpful for gunshot wounds is to carry tampons, because you can stick those in the bullet holes or the pads, or any kind of medical, you can get top-rate medical gear here. But our soldiers in Afghanistan and Iraq often carry tampons, which I do as well, because when you get bullet holes, that's the easiest way to stop the bleeding quickly. So there's many. Don't silhouette yourself in the windows, which I see people doing sometimes. Their lights on in their room and they're standing in the window, almost like a bullet magnet.
Some of the photographers were hit by the soldiers because they didn't know who was who.
2 French journalists told me that the soldiers shot at them. They were out at night, and they said the bullets were very close. And they said, they ran away and didn't get hit. Again, it sounded like a case of not understanding the danger that they were in, because approaching soldiers after curfew is not a good idea. I mean, they are ready to fight.
So you can never be too careful as a war correspondent, right?
No. I would advise also some of the body armor I've seen people wearing maybe will not actually stop bullets.
No?
So it's important to have proper body armor. If you have good body armor like the U.S. soldiers wear, if you get hit in the chest or in the stomach, you're going to get knocked flat. I mean, I've seen many people hit, but you're going to be okay. It might break some ribs or something, but the bullets will not go through those good vests.
Being embedded with a military unit, is it a good or bad thing for a journalist in terms of safety? In terms of safety.
Safety is very dangerous.
Yeah.
It's far more dangerous than going alone.
Yeah.
It's far. I mean, when you're standing with the soldiers, for instance, on the street, that's where the fighting's going to happen. They're going to be the people on both sides are going to be shooting at each other, so it's far safer to be removed. There's a misconception actually in Afghanistan, in particular, that it's more dangerous to be alone, which I've never been shot at when I'm alone. I've never been attacked when I'm alone, but when I'm with soldiers, oh, good Lord, there's no way I could remember how many times we've been attacked.
Because you are one of the targets.
Exactly. I mean, they blow up our vehicles. The bombs are sufficiently large that they can destroy our best tanks. And when I say destroy them, I mean they'll blow the pieces of the tank 100 meters away.
Wow.
Turn the tank upside down.
Wow.
It's it's huge bombs. When they hit, sometimes they kill all the soldiers in the vehicles. Also, small arms and RPGs. Luckily, I don't see.
I don't see you
here.
badly harmed in any way. You are still in one piece. How did you survive all those explosions and bombs?
Very, very lucky, because people all around me have been shot and blown up, and it's just pure luck.
But of course, you have some basic instincts on how to behave under the circumstances.
Pure luck, and I was also lucky that I got some good military training by the Army.
Having been a Green Beret must have helped.
It does help. It helps with tactics. It helps. Also, it helps me read the situation. When the fighting starts, I can pretty much predict what the soldiers are going to do without being told. Also, the soldiers are very helpful to me because every time you go to a different part of the battlefield, let's say Afghanistan, in one area where I was with the British last year, almost all the attacks were by bombs, right? And so that the British would give me quick classes on what to look for in their area.
Yep.
Now, 5 miles away, only 5 miles away, or 5 kilometers actually, there was another British camp that I went to, and they weren't using many bombs. The enemy was using small arms fire. And for instance, that video that you saw on YouTube, that was, we were ambushed by small arms. That was from that small base. So it's interesting. So when you go to a new situation, just because you've been in a lot of war doesn't mean you understand that situation. You must immediately start asking the soldiers, what are the enemy tactics? What do I need to watch for? And then they'll start to school you up because they want you to watch as well. Because you're helping them watch for bombs as well.
Is a war correspondent allowed to carry arms?
No.